I'm here with Ryan, who got first place at the locals at GM. And what were you playing today?
Today we were playing Centurion-Tenpai.
Which is an interesting deck list for sure. Let's go ahead and see what you had in the deck.
Alright, start off with the Centurion engine, doing 3 Primera, 3 Trudea, 1 Gargoyle, and 1 Emeth, Omni Search, put in the back row, and then the two main non-tuners that just keep the deck alive.
Alright.
Next, Tenpai cards. Chidora, which does everything for this deck, because you don't have to normal summon for it, for the Centurion cards, so you just say, I'm going to summon this, and it's a level 4 tuner, which is all you need half the time. Hydra, short printed $20 super, just says grabs field spell or Kaiman, and is just your other starter. And then 1 Fedora. Part of me wants to play 2, but at the same time, cutting this engine down a little bit to make it more packageable into Centurion is good.
So it's just used as a starter?
Yeah, this is the one starter. This is the one non-starter of the Tenpai engine. This just allows for easier OTK.
All right.
Onto the Bystial package: 2 Libellion, 1 Magna Hut, 1 Baldric, and 1 Druis. Honestly, I'm considering taking these out just because they don't really come up in a lot of today's matchups. I barely saw them, and when I did, they kind of didn't matter. The only one that kind of matters is when I saw Baldric, and I just made it into Ascension Dragon, so my opponent couldn't do anything in battle phase.
Alright.
On the spells, the Centurion stuff, we're playing Emblema, 3 field spell, and then Bonds and Wake Up. These cards are absolutely amazing and are just easy 1-card starters. Makes it so I don't have to normal summon in order to get to my Centurion stuff. And then Bonds, there were a handful of occasions where I saw Bonds, a Centurion monster, and my Tenpai combo, where I was just able to normal summon Tenpai cards, go into battle phase and start breaking apart my opponent's board. If I wasn't able to kill them, I start going into Centurion combo. And then Wake Up just creates a token. It has its uses, especially with some of the Tenpai cards, because you can say in battle phase activate some of the token and then sync off the token into a 12. And that just gives you a little bit of extra resource, and in some cases allows OTK through a more difficult board. 3 Kaiman and 1 summoning. Didn't really need to. The reason 1 summoning is it's not really needed. It's really good though. It's very searchable in this deck just because of White Dragon, as well as you're always getting to White Dragon if you see any of the Tenpai engine. This card's just also amazing because they say start a battle, grab Kaiman. Kaiman gets you all of the other dragons, and you just play from there. A lot of people don't realize that you can just pop this with Biden and then double the Biden's attack or any of the other dragon's attack, as well as the attack is permanent, or the attack getting permanent, which is absolutely insane. For the most part, this card is just to play around all the other cards my opponent has.
Alright, cool.
And then onto some non-engine, other than, terraforming, but that's non-engine, Triple T, both of them. Honestly, this came up quite a few times. There was only one game where this kind of didn't really do much, and that's just because I had to set the Centurion trap because I was going first. But for the most part, it was rather searched rather Triple T or terraforming, and that was huge. I resolved this once today, and that's.
And it was against me.
Yeah, I think it won me the game in that situation.
Yeah.
Is there a continuous spell here?
3 Droplet, just really good board breaker. I misplayed with this card like twice against my Pearly matchups because I should have just gone, I'm going to send a monster instead of I'm sending a spell from my hand and you can chain your Pearly again. Bright side, having the attack of the opponent's monster is really, really good for the Tenpai engine. It just absolutely massacres them. And then onto the bad card. This was not very good in this deck. The big issue that I ran into is all of the Tenpais are fire. So I have to rely on getting to my Centurion engine in order just to use Bystials. So drawing this with only Tenpai cards sucks. So I'm probably taking this and part of the Bystial engine out. And last card, Centurion Phalanx. Card's actually amazing. I resolved both effects multiple times today, and a lot of people cut this card. I refuse to. This is just really good because you can set it off of Oath, you can set it off of Thrust, you can search it, you can Foolish it. Like both on-field and grave effects are just really good.
Basically, just a free card you can search in the end of your combo.
Exactly, and because this reses the synchros, which lets me do stuff like seals when off just pure Centurion combo. And then also just lets me go. I'm going to banish any of your monster cards. Like today, one of my opponent's scaled Wakaushi activates the effect. I chain this, banish the Wakaushi because this says monster card. It doesn't care if it's currently a spell. As long as it originally identifies as a monster card, it will banish it. Onto the extra.
All right.
We're doing 2 Legadia and 1 Auxilia. Amazing cards. The newest Omni Search that also grabs out of Banish lets me play Shifter if I really want to, and I don't lose to Bystials anymore, which is great. And then draw and pop in my monsters can't be. Oh, my monsters 2K less cannot be show up battle. It's just a bigger green dragon essentially. And then the Crimson Dragon package. Some people cut this card. I really like it. It's really good against Tenpai, or against pure Tenpai, because you put this on field and now they're scared to attack. This essentially does the same thing, except it also negates summons, which you can against more or less the mirror. You just banish, negate the summon, and then they sit there and they better have Kaiba. And then Calamities is Calamities. Tens. Playing 1 Transcendus, 1 Dispatter, and 1 Chaos Angel. This card did not come up at all, and I'm probably going to cut it because it's actually really hard to make without seeing Bystials. I never made it, and it kind of didn't matter in that sense.
Never came up.
Yeah, because at this point, Sangen's better, or the summoning. On the 7s, got 1 Bided, 1 Rose Dragon, signed by voice actress for Akiza, and then Ancient Fairy. Ancient Fairy seems a little bit weird in this list, but when Pedora is 1 card combo to get to this, that gets you into Centurion combo. It's really good. The one time I actually managed to get through to that, I got nibbed, and then during my opponent's turn, I ended on like 4 synchros before the end of their turn. And then last 2, Lynx, Little Knight, and Seals. Both are crazy good. If you do it right, you can actually OTK through SPing. I did that earlier today, where I just SP'd one of my opponent's back row, and then swapped all their monsters to attack. Swung, because they had already taken damage previously. It's pretty good. And then Seals. This is how I usually get from the Centurion engine into the Tenpai engine, or vice versa. Because you just say, oh, tribute, summon out the. If you've already got access to the Tenpai stuff, you summon out the Centurion Gargoyle, and then that's an 8 for you to go into the 12. Or you get into rather Mag or Red Dragon. Or if you've already got Tenpai's a grade, you summon out Green Dragon. It's just situational. But this card is always just amazing. It also just helps clear monster zones, which I actually ran into that. Side deck is mostly just hand traps, so 3 Nib, 2 Ogre, 2 Shifter, 3 Imperm, and then Blow Breakers. This deck's honestly just mostly gas. This is usually just to handle specific things. This is for big unaffected bodies that actually pose a threat. half the time I'm able to deal with that just with Transcendence Dragon. Oppo. That's the actual. That is realistically the only thing that the deck struggles with. And then Snake Eye, and then any other deck that really cares about their grave, like Orcust. Back row decks with the deck actually deals with relatively well. Runic doesn't do a whole lot to this deck because Auxilia says my back row is protected, which that was the big thing. And then yeah, some calls for towers.
All right, and that's the deck list for Centurion-Tenpai. Any last words?
Shout out to both both my boy John and my other boy John, my brother George Booth, and Max.
Alrighty then. Well, thanks for watching.